Man, it's your boy Carl Banks, man, and let's get it started. Now, if you haven't heard, Lil Yachty dropped his new album, Let's Start Here, and apparently it's getting some mixed reviews, alright? Pitchfork actually rated his new album a 6, and Yachty was not rocking with that shit, alright? He took to Twitter to address Pitchfork in the review of that album directly saying, "Nigga, Pitchfork is washed the fuck up." He actually addressed the writer on Twitter as well, calling his haircut whack as fuck, but he recently deleted that shit, so you can't find that. Now, people, let's be real. I know Yachty's upset with Pitchfork for this review, but come the fuck on. It wouldn't even matter if they rated his album a fucking 2. His fans are not on Pitchfork. What the fuck? Pitchfork is an online blog in which you actually gotta read. My nigga, let's keep it a bean, alright? Lil Yachty got a song called like Peekaboo Pussy. You know his fans can't read. Cut it out, dog. Alright, and this is the problem with a lot of artists. Too many modern day artists want to be recognized by older forms of media that aren't even in their target demographic. I mean, let's keep it all the way a fucking 1,000. They rated Lil Yachty's album and Kanye West's Donda album just under Peppa the fucking Pig. Let's be clear, alright? You can clearly see this is not a hip-hop site. I mean, you literally have 40-year-olds who grew up on Jay-Z and Nas reviewing modern-day hip-hop albums like Lil Yachty and Lil Uzi, and they're holding them to the same standards as them, which is completely unfair. The times are different. These niggas don't understand. Alright? And I'm gonna be real, initially, I didn't even know he dropped an album until I heard people talk about it, which tells me two things, alright? One, his label wasn't putting that much money behind this project, and two, after this album dropped, it was positively received, alright? And I'm assuming it was positively received because, again, the only way I heard about this album was through the people, and word of mouth is the best promotion, alright? Now, I heard the album, and I'll just say it's definitely not for me, alright? I'm not really with all that experimental shit. I'm not really a fan of all the experimental albums, especially when you're a mainstream artist. I like it when they stay in their lane, but you can clearly tell in this album, Yachty was trying to do something completely different, and I'll give him credit for that, alright? Because it was extremely bold for him to do something completely different than what his fans were expecting, alright? And I'll say this, it's very risky, and in certain cases, when it's done right, it can be very progressive for that genre. It can introduce a whole new audience to a new category of music. And I would say a great example of this would be like Kanye, alright? He's been known for breaking barriers in music and introducing styles in hip-hop, but he's also been known for having the Yeezus album, which is, I mean, I guess people say it's ass. I don't know. I didn't hear that shit. But in the case of Lil Yachty, I didn't fuck with this album, but many of his fans did, so much so that his album was supposed to sell 24,000 copies first week, but later it jumped up to selling 35,000. This shows that the album is actually trending up, and even though 35,000 might be low if you compare it to the sales of his peers like Uzi and 21 Savage, I think 35 is a great number for him considering it's an experimental album, and this is an experimental album that actually outsold his last album, which was a mainstream album. So that's actually great. It's trending upwards, all right? Listen, questions or comments, let me know. Did y'all hear this album? Put your favorite song in the comment, bro. Let me know. It was all right for me, but let me know, all right? Peace.